It's about that time of day again here. Welcome to your nightly newsletter, boys and girls. It's February 10th, 2015, and while the rest of the world is talking in hindsight about what happened today, smart traders are preparing for tomorrow. In tonight's newsletter, crude oil is bearish today after we absolutely nailed that spike in channel failure, and we have some easy selling opportunities for tomorrow. Gold is very bearish right now, but we're stuck inside of a trading range. We have a bunch of clues right now that tell us gold is probably going to go higher before it goes lower. And of course, we can't forget about the mighty mini Russell. The Russell hit all of our targets from last night's newsletter, and it still looks good to keep selling. But before we begin to talk about our charts here and be ready for tomorrow, I want to remind you guys here today to be sure to watch our video on our blog right now at sidewaysmarkets.com. Now, if you're watching the video on our YouTube page, that's perfectly fine. We have a great YouTube channel. But there are 3 reasons why you got to get over here to the blog at Sideways Markets. First of all, right below tonight's video, you can download all of my charts. Every single chart I'm going to go over here with you guys tonight, you can download all of it right below the video on our blog. Second thing, upper left-hand corner, I have a free pass for you guys and gals. Maybe you're wondering what it feels like to be a student in our trade room. Maybe you're curious what it feels like to be a member here at School of Trade. Maybe you're wondering, how the heck do they make any money off these levels we talk about every day? I'm going to give you a free pass. You can come out and see for yourself what it feels like to be in our live trade room as a guest. And of course, last but not least, there were 3 reasons. The third reason, we have a nightly newsletter mailing list. You can register for that newsletter list by giving me simply your name and your email address right above my ugly mug in the lower left-hand corner. 3 reasons to be over on our trading blog right now. First of all, download all the charts for tomorrow. Second, grab your free pass. Come out and see me tomorrow in the trade room as a guest. And as always, never miss another nightly newsletter list again by giving me your name and your email address and registering for our mailing list. Guys and gals, if you join the free pass, if you register for the list, I'm going to send you a verification email to make sure you're not a robot, all right? So check your email once you register. I think we're ready to go. I know we're ready to go. What an incredible week of trading we have had so far, and we are just getting this month of February warmed up. Hope everyone had a great Tuesday here. We had a incredible Tuesday in our trade room today. I hope you guys did well as well. Starting with the mini Russell. Now, we know the Russell's been trading inside of this trading range, right? We got our range here on the Russell. We got range highs, we've got range lows, and we basically looking for price to run into this range high and start to run. Last night's newsletter, we talked about the move lower. We didn't quite get as far as we could have gone, but we did fill all of our targets that we talked about from last night's newsletter. If you go back and watch last night's newsletter, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So it looks like we're going to get another double dip here on this 1202 area. So I would definitely be still staying short here, and it looks like we're just kind of running up, giving it one more try here, trapping in some of those buyers before we collapse back down. I still got my eye long-term this week down at 1181, 1162.5, and then possibly here towards the end of the month, down around those lows at 1140 here on the Russell. Who knows? But we know right now we are bearish at these highs right now on that mighty mini Russell. Moving forward here right now we start getting the meat and potatoes. The next few charts here, you're going to see why I'm saying we're ready to get short here once again, right? Here was our target from last night's newsletter. What do you think? Was that accurate enough? Yeah, 1185.8. Maybe I missed it by a tick. So we knew selling short up here. Remember this? This was the range. Remember that range? And I said, wait for it to go up and then get it back down. Yep, that's exactly what happened here last night. So we go all the way down, 1185.8, and then profit taking all the way back up. Now, this is a pretty big clue here. You can see lower highs in price, right? Got a little bit of lower high there in price. And so that naturally tells us we're probably, at the very least, going to pull back. So I think you get an easy short right now on the Russell down to this 1194.4. Maybe we get as far as 89.7 here in the overnight. What I would expect, though, is I would expect us to push lower, give it one more shot to go higher, and then you're going to get that push lower. So targets to the downside here are easy to see. Right, some very easy targets down there for you guys on the Russell. And if we happen to go higher here, again, if we go lower, you're green light right now to get short, right? I mean, if we go lower here, you're green light here to get short. If we do happen to push higher here, I am still looking bearish. I am still going to be looking to sell short here. So I'm selling the 078s, I'm selling the basically 1200, right, 99.8s, and we got targets waiting for us on the way down. Definitely a bear right now on this Russell, and wrapping up here on the Russell with some price action. This is really the chart, in my opinion, that gives me a little bit of goosebumps, because you can definitely see how everything lining up right now. If you're a member of mine, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not a member of mine, not to worry. Come out and see me tomorrow in the trade room. I'll teach you all this stuff. But, kind of looking at the text right now, Russell is bearish and ready to collapse. The bear channel, right, there's my bear channel. Nice looking bear channel. And if you remember, I gave you guys the short up top here last night. There's that lower high we were talking about, right? So we keep getting lower highs, lower lows. Definitely not bullish. But here's where I see, if you read between the lines. So we have our channel, and you'll notice, look at the strength from those sellers after we broke that channel. Now, again, if you're a member of mine, you know exactly what I'm talking about right now. But look at the strength here after we broke it. I mean, just shoved it right down the throats of those buyers. That tells me we are bearish right now. And, of course, you got some profit taking. You got your average traders got to take their money out of the market. You're going to get some bargain hunters down here. There was a trend line that came up like this as well. So we get some bargain hunters, we get some bulls coming in. Those poor souls, those poor bulls. Because now look what's happened here. Now we have a bullish channel. Okay, this is where it starts to get really fun. Because now the buyers, look what's happening. We've broken here. Are they going to shove it down the throats of the sellers? Doesn't look like it. Look at the dojis that are showing up on this 1400 tick chart, right? Look at the dojis here. Does that look confident to you? Now that looks confident on the left-hand side. That does not look very confident to me. So in my opinion, we're probably here destined to collapse here. Maybe it happens overnight. Maybe it happens tomorrow. Maybe the buyers try and fail. Here's the deal though, guys. As long as we do not get and stay above 1203.8, okay, that's my line in the sand right now, boys and girls. As long as we do not break above and stay above that 1203.8. Again, they're not going to make it that easy on us. So expect it to go a little bit higher here and then fail. Either way you slice it, I'm selling the 1203.2. I'm looking for targets down bottom here at 95.2. I've got 87.1, 83.2. And remember, we got that big bear channel with that strength to the downside. We're probably going to see this baby return right back to those lows again. Okay, now, remember, we got one variable left, and that is the 1203.8. Keep me below 1203.8, and I am bearish on the way back down. Let's keep going. Russell, we're done with you here, Rusty. Let's grab some gold, shall we? Looking at the gold, again, gold's been pretty easy on us the past 6-8 months. It's been relatively easy long term. A little bit different story trying to day trade gold right now or trying to scalp gold right now, but longer term moves are much easier here on this funny yellow metal. Now, no doubt about it, gold is definitely bearish here. So we're going to keep selling at resistance levels overhead and be careful right here selling these lows. We have a measured move support, and it's pretty easy to see. A to B, C to D. So I'm suspicious. I'm definitely suspicious. I would expect gold to go higher before it goes lower here. That's why I said at the beginning of the video tonight, we're definitely bearish. There's no question at all. But again, that measured move, you know, I look left here as well. You can kind of see there's a lot of commotion here as well. Sorry for the whistling on it. And so, again, this area right here is probably going to be a little bit consolidated. I would expect us to jump and then go. So again, I would expect these buyers to get a little bit perky here overnight, possibly tomorrow morning. We don't really have any major news that would get them all worked up. We're probably going to hear from the ECB later on this week regarding Greece. What a crazy situation there. So again, this area here, I would expect to go higher before it goes lower. If it does go lower, though, breakout retrace, okay? If you're a member of mine, you know what I'm talking about, right? There are a few specific ways that we like to trade breakouts. Mark up this range, breakout fade, easy money there. If we go lower, breakout retrace, just don't sell the low. Just do not sell this low. And then you've got targets waiting for you here at 14, and then, oh boy, that's 1,200. That's the big round number that acts as a price magnet. We went all the way up to 1,300, danced around 1,310 before right back down to 1,200. Now remember, 1,200, the granddaddy of all big round numbers on gold futures. This is a big deal here, boys and girls. So keep an eye on that 1,200 if you're a gold trader. Let's keep going. We know we're bearish here right now, and we're looking for ways to get short. We know we're bearish, and we're looking for ways to get short. Now, if you zoom out of this chart a little bit, and don't forget, you can download these. I like to draw my trend lines off the lows when we're going lower, off the highs when we're going higher. So I take the trend line off the lows, project it up. That gives me a channel, copy and paste it. That gives me my midline. And boy, you can see how excellent this midline is acting as support and resistance. So use that midline as support and resistance. And remember, talking about a channel midline, not all midlines are created equal. You've got to see it actually holding before you actually use it, okay? So the only reason why I point this out is because we can easily see that it's been used. Okay, so just keep that in mind as you're going. In fact, you could probably copy that midline and bring it right up here. Where does that come from? Not really. I was going to say, you probably could copy up here, but I don't think you're going to get anything out of that. You could leave that little midline like that, though. Bottom line is this, guys. We're looking to sell short, and the reality is I just don't want to sell short right here. Okay? I like to sell short at resistance. I like to buy long at support. You're exactly right. So what I would rather do is, let's play that game, what if price goes higher, what if price goes lower, and what if price goes sideways. If price goes sideways, like you can see it's been doing here today, just keep taking nibbles at the upside, right, at the top. Just keep selling the high, okay? So if price goes sideways, sell the highs of that sideways range. If price goes higher, I've got to sell at 42.6. You've got to sell at the top of the channel. If we do happen to go all the way up here, this would be really where I love to get it. Okay, mark this one down. You get the 1250 big round number. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal, a big round number, but again, this will put me up around the highs of this bear channel. I would love to sink my teeth into a short up around that 51 to 56.9. That may come later on this week. Who knows? So as we go higher, sell the resistance zone, sell the top of the channel, sell the break of the channel at resistance. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. If we happen to go higher, boy, that'd be crazy. You got that trading range low, right? That'd be another place to look for a short. Okay, we got some easy targets waiting for you to the downside too. We've got some easy targets waiting for you guys. The downside, you got that. Boy, we really have kind of a double up target here too. A to B, C to D, that's your measured move. And then, of course, you know me, I take my trading range, copy and paste it, bring it down, and we've got the target down here as well. So lots and lots of opportunity here for targets to the downside. Stay to the bearish side here on the gold right now, guys. Not a lot There's not a lot to talk about here to the upside here on the gold right now. And here's a really, really interesting price action chart. So gold is clearly bearish, right? No news there. Here's a different way of looking at this chart. This is a tick chart. The other charts were range-based, JJ bar charts. So gold is definitely bearish. And look kind of what I see on this chart right now. First of all, the buyers lost control of this price and the sellers took control. How do I know that? Well, look at the channel here, right? So channels are easy ways to kind of see who is in control. So buyers in control, right? They shove it right down those sellers' throats by running it right up, even after the channel break, but they couldn't keep it going, right? They couldn't keep it going. The second try to keep going higher here fails. So now we go the opposite direction. We now have the buyers try and whoop, right, up at the highs of this range. Now those highs now define the range. That low defines the range, as well as this low. So there's our trading range now. But most importantly, though, this is the most important clue. Now we have the bear channel. Okay, as I always say, 45-degree angle, 4 total tests, 2 tests on each side, right? If you're a student of mine, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you'll notice we have an undershoot, which suggests what? What does an undershoot suggest? It suggests we're probably going to overcorrect. In fact, what you can do is you can actually copy it, paste it, the amount that it undershot, probably going to be the amount it overshoots on the opposite side, and that puts us right up at this range high at 1239. So that's what tells me we're probably going to go higher before we go lower. I've got targets here waiting for you at 31.4, way down bottom. You got the range expansion target. That's where I'm gunning for here today or this week on gold. Take the range, copy and paste. Very, very easy, 1216.4 for your target. Again, I would expect gold to go higher here before it goes lower. Don't say I didn't warn you. Keep selling that gold at these overhead levels of resistance. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. How about we wrap up here with some crude oil futures? Boy, this crude's been fun, huh? This crude has been fun. If you're not having a good time right now with crude oil, you need to find a better strategy. Or you need to join a community of traders that will support you along the way. That's the best part about being a member here with us at School of Trade. You're trading next to thousands of other students that are doing the exact same thing as you, many of which are probably right down the street from you. Unless, of course, you're in the North or South Poles. But if you are, though, I'd love to expand our membership there as well. So, what are we doing here, Crude? You know what happened, right? You saw last night's newsletter, didn't you? Please tell me you got that spike in channel failure. We nailed it last night. And it happened almost verbatim to what I said pretty much 24 hours ago. We're going to take a look at that in a moment. But we got the buyers got their behinds whooped. They took a whooping here today. Not a real surprise. I personally was expecting the price to go higher one more time today. Remember that? Last night I said my gut tells me we go higher here, but remember last night the chart told us, what was it? It was the volume from last night's newsletter. Remember that? I don't do a lot of volume analysis, but when I do, I use the highs or the lows, right? That was a horrible acronym there, or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, so the buyers clearly failing here on crude. They didn't even make it up to that 54.07. There was a lower high here. Spike in channel. They try and they fail, and we're heading down here now to that 48.91 to 47.65. We bounced off that $50 a barrel. Now, big day down, right? What was it, $4 down here today? I'm sorry, it was about $3 down. So I would expect price to go up before it goes lower. You know, you're going to get some profit taking. You're going to get some bargain hunters. And I'm sure there are a few poor souls out there that are still watching the news television shows and still think this is a great buying opportunity. Well, newsflash, guys, we heard from some of the largest crude oil traders in the world. There's a big conference going on at the International Energy Association right now, and these guys were talking about even lower than we are right now. So there was not a single bull in the room. No. I correct myself. There were plenty of bulls. They had OPEC T-shirts on. I can't blame them, right? I mean, if I was an associate general of OPEC, I would be fanning those fear flames as well. You better buy before it goes to 200. Sure. Let me know when you get to 200, and then I'll take you seriously again. I'm sorry, but I don't trust a single word these OPEC countries say anymore, because we now know the little guys in North Dakota, the shale farmers, right? Those are the ones that are moving this market now. How cool is that? Gotta love technology. I'll tell you though, if they can figure out a way to make a profit at $40 a barrel, see ya, OPEC. Gone. These are countries that have been built around $75 to $100 a barrel. Their economies depend on it. That's a challenge out there for all you shale farmers out there in the U.S. Make it work at 40, and we'll literally have beer will be more expensive than gasoline in the United States. Okay, I'm calling it right now. Okay, so we know we failed. We know we're bearish. Again, it's not going to make it that easy on us. Expect it to go higher before we go lower. If it does go higher here, stay patient. If it goes higher, stay patient. I've got some great selling opportunities there at 5407. I got a much better chart, though. Let's keep going. I got a much better chart here on crude, because this is the good stuff right here. Here we go. Okay. So we see the big picture on the 64. Let's take a look here at the 32. This is where we start getting the meat and potatoes. So crude oil turns bearish quickly today, just as we expected. Again, this really wasn't much of a surprise here, right? I mean, it wasn't. Right. What we got was that failure of that spike in channel. So we talked about this last night, right? There's my spike. There's my channel. And my exact words were, wait for the buyers to try to buy these lows, and when they fail, see ya, suckers. We go all the way down. I had called for 50.20. We went a little bit through 50.20. We danced around $50 a barrel, no surprise there. But now we're down around the lows of this channel. So kind of follow a bouncing ball here. We know we're bearish, okay? There's no question at all in the short term we're bearish. But in this long-term picture, it looks like we're down near the lows of this channel. So you know what's going to happen right now, right? You know there are going to be some rookies out there that aren't listening to me. They're not reading the charts correctly. They're uninformed traders. And they're going to buy this thinking this is a great buying opportunity long term. And they might get a little bit out of it. But here's what I see. Volume. Look at the volume here. Now, when we're going lower, look at the lows. Look at it. Does that look like a market that is bearish to you? Hell no. No way. So don't get me wrong, guys. We're probably going to go higher here, because undoubtedly there'll be people that are buying 50. Undoubtedly there are people who are going to be buying the low of this channel. It's a given, right? It's a given. So there's going to be some buyers here, but guys, just stay patient, because it looks like assuming nothing changes between now and tomorrow morning about 3 a.m. Eastern time, assuming there isn't some natural disaster, war that breaks out, unexpected political pending any big disasters overnight, this volume is telling us to stay short, because they have voiced their opinion. These sellers have voiced their opinion, and they are all over these buyers right now. Just the way that it just took off. I mean, it literally just cut the throats of these buyers on the way down. It was awesome to watch. It really was fun to watch. So volume confirms this move will likely keep pushing lower, but again, look to sell at resistance levels. I don't care how confident we are to the downside. Don't just sell. Sell it smart, right? Be intelligent. And none of those excuses, what if I miss the move? These trading opportunities happen 10 to 20 times a day. If you miss one, just hang around for a bit with me. You'll find a bunch more. So if you're worried about missing the move here, you're not missing anything. Okay? Get in a better price. Wait for price to go up. So I definitely want to be selling here 51.93, 53.11, 54.20. I don't think we go that high, but I'm definitely looking for price to try to go higher here, and I'll be looking for sells here back down. Easy targets on the way down. If I had to guess right now, I would say 47.38 tomorrow. It's a big chunk on the way down. I know. And we got inventories tomorrow. If I had to guess, 47.38. Why? Why am I guessing that one? Because that's the beginning of the spiking channel. Remember, spiking channels are great until they fail. And when they fail, all hell breaks loose. We usually go right back to where the spike began. Bam. Okay? So we made half the move lower down to 50 today. Are we going to get the other half tomorrow? We'll see. Tomorrow's inventory day, so we know it could be a little bit slippery in the early morning. Okay, what a great chart. Wrapping up here on the 16 anchor chart here on crude. Crude oil is very bearish, but it's well oversold. Again, do not sell these lows, guys. Do not sell these lows. You got to buy the lows, sell the highs. So stay patient, looking for selling opportunities after we retrace off these lows. Okay, go up and then back down. Selling, target, 47.38, 47.38. Keep an eye on it. So again, you can see, look at this chart, right? Talk about a channel low, right? Look at this. Look at all these tests. What a strong trend line. I love the little token print, right? I love the token print. The term token print is used back in the old days. A token was basically a fake gold coin. So a token print is a fake out print. That's what I mean when I say token print, right? Remember back in the old days when coins were gold, right? The gold was still being used for currency. Well, somebody would give you a wooden coin, it was called a token. It wasn't real gold. That's why it's called a token print. So you take this trend line and look at this sucker, right? So you get a nice little trend line there. That'll work well for a short. And then you take that trend line, the midline, you post it down the bottom, and just so happens to line up. So again, this is why we had buyers stepping in. You know why they're stepping in right there. The question is, how far are they going to get before this thing collapses? Alrighty, let's wrap up with some price action. Wrapping up with some price action. Here's the good stuff now. Now we're talking. So again, spike and channel, right? Spike. Channel, right? Spike and channel, easy. And then this was where the blood hit the water right there. Remember what I said last night? The easiest way to make money selling is when the buyers are getting hung out to dry, right? So the buyers came down, they said, ooh, let's keep buying. Oh, no, right? And they just took off. Those buyers just dumped all their contracts right about 52. And that's what resulted. Think about it. If you bought that pullback, your stop's going to go just below 52, and when it rolls over, right? That's pain. That is pain right there. They were busy picking out the carpet in the new Range Rover, right? They were busy picking out the brand new private jet, and all of a sudden this thing just tumbles. Now we have this bearish channel down, follow the bouncing ball. This is a really big clue. Remember, the whole time this week, we're gunning for that spike, right? We're gunning for that spike. I got 47.38 on the other charts, 47.50 on this one. So now we get that bear channel. And look at this, right? So bear channel, we break out. We're most likely going to retest this low. So right now, we have easy selling opportunities here down to about $50 a barrel, 49 and 47.50. 47.50 is where I'm looking for this price to return to here. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. Maybe it'll be on Thursday. If we do happen to go higher here, guys, you've got opportunities here to keep selling at the overhead levels of resistance. If it goes higher here, though, I would probably look 52. That 52 area should be a pretty easy short if we do go higher. Up and then back down. Okay? I personally, though, don't think it's going to go higher. I think it's going to come down right now. But, that's just my opinion. So trade the chart. Don't just trade what your gut tells you. Trade what the chart tells you right now. Find those entry triggers and hold on tight because we got a pretty nice looking move here back to the downside for tomorrow on crude. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, before we wrap up tonight, don't forget to download today's charts below the video. Grab your free pass. Join the nightly newsletter mailing list, all on our blog. And if you happen to stumble over here to SchoolOfTrade.com, don't forget we've got the best free trial in the business. I'll prove it to you. Take my trial. I'm going to teach you more in 1 week on my trial than you've learned in any other paid membership site on the web. I can guarantee you that. All right, and for free $99, it's the best value on the web. We got 3 levels of membership: beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and we always have someone standing by 24/7, 365 to give you guys a hand. What a great day we've had today. What a great week we've had this week. Are you excited for tomorrow? You should be. We got another draw on the inventory report from the API report tonight. We got inventories tomorrow morning. Guys, this is what it means to be a trader right now. This is the good stuff right now, guys. We got a short week next week, a full week this week. Should we do it again tomorrow? Absolutely. Same time, same place tomorrow, guys and gals. You guys be well, be happy, be nice to each other, and be on the right side of the market. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time, and then tomorrow evening, same time, same channel. We'll see you guys then. My name is Joseph. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.